Well, this is indeed Three Dudes, One Zoom. What's even today's date? It is May 7th. It is 7:38 p.m. We are joined by this is our first time we've had someone on the second time. We are Chris Mitch. Follow him at Twitter, Chris Mitch 86. Listen to us always on our YouTube channel, where you can also watch us, which is terrifying. That is Three Dudes, One Zoom. You can listen to us on Spotify and, most importantly, Anchor.fm, which powers this podcast. And for all the latest sports updates and podcast news, including topics, check us out at Three Dudes, One Zoom. Right? Isn't that it? What's the Twitter handle?
Oh my god!
I don't have it written down.
Three Dudes, One Zoom, just 3 and a 1, not numbers.
That's it. There's
not letters.
1. Mitch, we're gonna start off with this. It's on the topic list. You have an issue with who's running the Twitter account? Why is that?
Really
call them out by name. Who do you have an issue with?
Corey.
Well, I don't even have a link, so.
Wait, why?
Yeah, Tyler, let me just first start by saying, Tyler, you're doing the smart thing, okay? Please. Twitter is like a cesspool for people 21 and over.
Twitter's the best.
Well, Twitter is good for certain things, but then you go further into the rabbit hole and you're like, what did I get myself into? And then you steered away from your main objective. Like, my main objective was just simply sports. Little by little, I went further into the rabbit hole, and now I can't get out of the rabbit hole.
And you tweet very inappropriate things. You tweet out, Mitch.
I tweet out inappropriate things.
You retweet or like. We talked about it the first time you were on, Mitch.
That was a big that was the first controversy in this podcast.
It really wasn't controversy. It was just that's how I,
express my love. Beautiful, Mitch.
Beautiful. Not only look, I want to call it expressing love. I just call it hey, Mitch, this is how I feel. So,
Mitch, I'll join you. There's legitimate concerns about Little C on the Twitter. He tweets in the third person, which is just weird.
You guys are ridiculous.
Nothing wrong with
We're
that.
ridiculous.
This is you guys thing. I haven't said a word.
Yeah, I know. But it's
Tyler's just a fly on the wall, so he doesn't. He's just gonna sit back and just watch the mayhem.
No, I saw the infamous third person tweet, and I was like, "That's weird," but like, I'm probably the only one who cares. Then someone sent me the tweet in a private message to my personal account, and they said, "What the f is this?"
Yeah, but I don't give a shit.
I know you're very defensive right now, Little C. Okay, I can tell.
That Twitter represents all of us. Not just you.
There's nothing. Okay.
He had a great. You know what? I sent him a little gift this morning of Dwight Schrute clapping because he had some good tweets this morning. No response.
Nice.
He didn't
I
respond.
gave you a response.
I
was in the shower when I looked at that. Did I not respond to that?
No, you didn't.
Respond.
You responded to the next one. It's very rude, Little C. Just saying.
Wait.
I give you a high responsibility job, and you're kind of it's going through your head the power way. It's not right.
No. I did respond.
You didn't respond to the Dwight Schrute.
You said you're tweeting this morning.
And
because I heard about Mitch criticizing me, I said I'm here to shut Mitch up.
Well, like I said,
I didn't know that was in reference to that.
Look, I didn't play myself out of position. JMO didn't play himself out of position. Ty Guy didn't play out of position. You're going to play yourself out of position. Your ego's going to do that to you.
That is true.
That's what's going to happen. When you start referring yourself in a third, there's only one person I know of that can refer themselves in a third person, and I'm sorry, that person is well known and world famous, both in wrestling ring and in movies. That's the only person that can do that. Then also
The Rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
It took me a while. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, then also, I could also say that, and then I could also say, it's a fictional character from The Big Lebowski, the dude.
Haven't seen that in a minute.
I want my carpet back, man.
What?
I don't know.
I know the
person. I want my carpet back, man.
I didn't like
The Big Lebowski
together, man.
You should see the best is watching everyone's faces as Mitch says something. Sorry,
give me a White Russian, man.
First thing, hey, this is
white Russian, and you're in a bathrobe.
Mm-hmm. What's wrong with you guys?
I think Lebowski's a great movie.
It's a funny record,
but whoever
it's a cold classic.
Did Mitch bring this up?
Yeah.
Figures completely terrible. Whatever you're talking about, Mitch, terrible.
No, it's not terrible, man.
Speaking of terrible, just kidding. This isn't terrible. It's been a blessing. Except it's on at 1 a.m. Korean baseball is taking over ESPN. It's the big thing right now. Have you guys watched any of it?
Nope.
I saw some highlights.
I'm the only one
some highlights, yeah.
I'm the only one up at 1 a.m. watching it just to get a
correct.
fix.
I was up at 1 a.m. just not.
I applaud your loyalty to the game.
The one thing, they have a rule over there which could not fly in America. Just so everyone knows, this show is not really going to be topic-based. We're just going to talk and see where this goes because we could hit one topic and be on it for 40 minutes. Yeah, we bring in Mitch, and Mitch is a wild card. So we'll just see where this goes. The rule is they're only allowed 3 foreigners per team, and only 2 can play in a game. So, I mean,
That's odd.
If they did that to Major League Baseball, the league would suck because a bunch of Dominican players wouldn't be allowed to play.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if I just had a – go ahead,
you'd be
Mitch.
violating every human right possible, but
But because they're Korean, they're allowed to get away with it. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest.
I never
it was
heard
unfair.
that rule. But once again,
I'm diving
Yeah.
all in. There's the one guy. I keep forgetting his name. He
They've
was
only
on
had one game?
in Korea?
Yeah. Or
They
have
played, like,
they been –
They played every team's played 4 games already.
Okay.
Do you think that because a lot of people are watching it, that there'll be at least one player that gets to the MLB?
Oh no, Korea's actually a well-respected league. There's players that come over every year. Eric
Really?
Thames played a few years in Korea before coming over. No,
What about or is he Chinese? The kid on the Angels?
Otani?
He's
No, I think he's
Chinese, Japanese.
Japanese.
What?
Racism.
That's not racism.
Talking about the Korean
What's
league.
racist would be they all say they all look the same, but I didn't say that.
The kid the reliever, OH, I forget his first name. He's from the Korean league. I think Ryu on the Dodgers is from the Korean league.
Is he?
in Rio?
Yeah. What's it called? This
I
one
saw
kid,
that.
I forget his name. Just type in RYU on the Dodgers. He had 37 RBIs. It was his best year with the Dodgers. Last year he won MVP, had 113 RBIs in the Korean league.
He is from South
So-
Korea.
It's definitely, I thought so. Because they're pretty good at the world. They're getting to be a better team. That league, I learned from watching it. They've been around since 1984. They have 10 teams. They're pretty good. It's a good brand of baseball, too. You can't really complain about it watching, especially when they're not playing here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can't complain. Baseball's baseball.
Yeah, so,
Exactly.
but one thing that's for sure, it's going to go out of date as soon as Major League Baseball comes back, which one person says one thing, it's another thing. And one thing that should stay out of date is Mike Tyson. So you guys.
Hey, Mike Tyson looks great right
He
now.
does look
He looks,
good.
for that age,
Big,
he looks
big
phenomenal.
Mike Tyson guy.
He looks
Mike
like
Tyson
someone
looks
who's
phenomenal
he
shape
looks
right
like
now.
someone who's 54 years old.
Yeah, but then if you put him in the
But
ring with
did
an
you
actual
see the
boxer, he would
videos
get
of him
that.
fighting?
Do you know who's a 48-year-old's going to challenge him? That's a big difference.
I can't wait for him to knock his ass out. I think
Do
the
you
fight's
hear
gonna
what
be great.
the lead offer is from the fight right now?
I saw $1 million.
$20 million. Bare knuckle fight.
Bare knuckle.
He gets to choose his opponent right now. Shannon Briggs. He's a former heavyweight champion. He's 48. He called out Tyson, and that's what gave
What the
Tyson
fuck?
Bare
this
knuckle
idea.
though.
You
Bare
are
knuckle
first,
fight. $20 million. Turns
You have to-
54 in June.
you got to be brazen to challenge Mike Tyson at any given age.
He
It don't matter
lost
if
his
it's-
last fight, and that was 15 years ago.
It don't matter. Okay, he still has that. He still has that drive. He still has that physicality. Those
No,
hits.
he's got one round. Mitch, get out of here! Unreal.
He looks so good right now.
Bro,
For you to be
there's-
saying this, I don't know where you're coming from.
You just have to make it to the second round, and you'll beat him. How's he gonna last?
He's been training for the past year. He's phenomenal shape.
54 is 54.
If you're
Yeah,
in
but
shape,
he's in
though,
such good
It
shape.
definitely
He's
helps if you're
training
in
with the
shape,
talented
but-
trainers. Like, how are you going to just
He's gonna
completely
be
denote to
worn
anything
out.
that he's done?
He's
I mean,
gonna
if
be
he's putting
worn
the
out.
work
I
in,
can't
think
wait
he's fine.
There's
for him to
test-
go the distance and for you to be shut up.
No, there's testosterone depletes after a certain age. He's definitely past that. I don't know. Tyson's gonna lose, especially
No.
if the guy's younger than him by more than 2 years. He'll lose, guaranteed.
So because he's got no testosterone, that means that
He won't
not
last.
in good shape
He
and he's
won't
not going to
last.
last.
No, yeah. Well, that's chemical stuff inside of you. It's true. Look it up. That's science. I have friends in the nursing community that would verify what I just said.
I understand where you're coming from, but to see the videos and to see what he's doing, for
Okay,
you to be able to say
Hey,
that right now,
Mi-
like I don't
Mitch
know.
will understand exactly what I'm saying. There's an
Yeah.
old boxing saying, everyone's got a plan till they get punched in the face.
That's true.
I
So
say
Tyson-
just give him a chance. Let's
Eh,
see. I mean,
For $20 million,
think-
I'll fight Tyson.
I think- James, who was it? Was it Bernard Spinks that had that mindset, and then within what was it 1 round he was knocked out?
Yeah, I think so.
How you going to say no to
It's-
his face?
That's also probably
Love
from
it.
10 years ago.
Shut up.
It don't matter.
That's not 10 years ago.
Mike Tyson's gonna fight whoever. He's gonna be in the ring. He's gonna knock the fucking button out, and then he's gonna go knock on Robin Gibbons to the plate, and that's why he can't get along.
Now, what I love about that impression is Mitch didn't have to change his voice. That's what made it great.
Fuck you,
that's funny.
you fuck.
That's funny stuff.
I feel like I didn't.
That was good,
the-
Mitch. That was good.
The funny thing is, I felt like I didn't even move my lifts when I was trying to, because
I think you killed it.
First of all, Mike Tyson's 53.
I said he turns 54 in June.
Oh,
I would assume this fight would be. It would be a.
Research.
This fight's going to cost $100, so I can just see that already. It's going to
They're
be a
cost
pay-per-view.
$100. I mean,
Yeah.
I find every fight.
They'll find. There'll be a promoter that will market this.
No, this fight will cost us $25 each. Just kidding. It will cost us $33 each. And we'll all get together, get some pizzas, and watch it. I'd watch it just for the spectacle of Tyson.
If it's bare knuckle, that's gonna be
He's not going to get.
He might quit. Tyson might quit. Tyson might just be like, I can't do this. I had a plan, and then I got punched in the face, and now I don't got no plan.
If he goes down like that same way, like, all right, yeah, everyone's got to play until they get knocked out, that's basically the cycle of life coming back to him.
Do you think he's out of money again, Mitch? Is that why he's doing this? He was bankrupt after his career.
He was.
That's why he came back to fight in 2005 was to make money.
And he lost.
Yeah, but he still got paid.
Like bad.
He still got paid though. But I mean, once again,
out, I think not like it was like a technical knockout, not like an actual knockout.
But also,
if I show a YouTube video, if I share my screen and show a YouTube video, is that going to get copyrighted?
Yeah, if this video, don't do that. Mike Tyson honestly might have it. He might actually have his face copyrighted. I looked it up. He has everything copyrighted. It's creepy because he has to make money on something.
But I mean, he was in 2 movies, so we don't know how much he got paid.
Mitch
I don't know. I
don't see how much he made on Hangover.
Well, I guarantee you that went to gambling debt, though.
Why do you have such a vendetta against this man?
Oh, he's a dick, first of all.
Why? Because he bit off Evander Holyfield's ear. Because he
tends to do it for me.
Because he said he would.
Didn't he say he'd eat his children?
I was gonna say no. He said he was gonna eat his Hornets children.
Some boxer said, "I'll eat your children."
That was him.
That was Tyson. He
said he was going to eat his opponent's kids.
What a guy!
Look it up. He said, "I'll eat your children."
What a guy!
No, he said it in a post-fight interview or something. And then let's see what else. There was Robin Givens.
Tyson received $200,000 for both his small roles.
Yeah, he blew through that in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
especially if he was in Vegas for the shooting or the premiere.
He said,
"I'll eat your children." I'm being honest. You know what's it called?
Great.
I'm back and broken.
But the one thing for certain, though, is Tyson had that great punch, which is the only reason he's relevant today, and why I think Evander Holyfield says he's not even a top 10 boxer all time, which I agree with. He just had one of the greatest punches ever. One thing that's another one-hit wonder, I think, is these murder hornets. I did some research on these fellas. Frauds. They put out a whole thing. Don't believe the hype around these hornets. They only pose a danger to beekeepers.
Did you see Coyote Peterson get
murder hornets are nasty,
bro? It's like
dude's arm was there was a giant ass long.
That's with any wasp, dummy.
Yeah,
no, but you should see how big this one is,
dude. You don't understand. Wasps will mess you up. A normal one. These things don't go after people though. These things I was reading, they live in Asia and stuff. This is where they come from.
No wasp goes after people though. Come on now.
Wasp. Well, if you annoy them, they will.
You just said that 2 seconds ago, and I agree with you. Obviously.
Well, I thought you said they don't go after you at all. I'm like, no, if you piss them off, they'll come looking for you. But Asia's having a rough year, just saying, with all these things coming. But it's like they only go after bumblebees and stuff. That's who their main, that's their rival. That's they have a beef like Blood's Crips with bumblebees, I think. And they're just trying to expand their territory. So I literally read this article. Unless you're a bumblebee or a beekeeper, you have no issue. But there's these things, these just gypsy moths in Washington State, which you can tell we're a big sports podcast today. And these things actually will eat an entire field of crop in a night. And they say they're probably going to destroy the Washington farm system and agriculture. So I think we should be more concerned about those spreading throughout the country while we're already on a pandemic than these wasps that are nothing. That's just my thoughts. Any thoughts on murder hornets, Mitch? I want to see where this takes us.
No, I was listening. I was just preparing my notes. I don't know. I don't feed into that. I don't believe all this hoopla and hype around it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's just. I just think that I don't know if I say you call them murder hornets. I think that's a little crazy. It just looks like bees on steroids.
Didn't they have killer bees in like the 80s or 90s, Mitch? Do you remember that? That came up from like African bees? That may have been, that was in the early 80s. That was before you, I think. But everyone's like, these bees are coming to kill us. So nothing. Bees are a joke. Speaking of people that couldn't take a joke, I wonder where this is going. Jordan.
No.
Sorry, Tank.
I was working on the murder hornets.
Oh, we're going to move on to Jordan now.
I see that.
A TMZ article came out. Good thing you had that ready. He won't allow Horace Grant to eat after having a bad game. And
I'm going to get a better picture.
Get one of Horace Grant. Get him when he's on the Magic. Mitch just did that impression.
Can you make that like a GIF or whatever?
Oh, I can do a lot of things.
God,
but Mitch,
yo,
you play hockey with us. Let's say hypothetically Jordan would probably beat me. So if I said you couldn't eat, how would you react to that as a grown man?
I would just tell you, you don't owe me. You're not the boss of me, and I'm gonna do whatever I want.
I think the biggest story here is that Horace Grant listened. Well, I mean, the whole story was they would get on the airplane and Jordan would tell the airline he would give them a lot of money not to pay them. But the bigger problem here is Horace Grant just willingly accepted not to eat.
Mean, it's still shitty of Michael Jordan just be like, you're not eating.
If you're a grown man and he's like, here's up like $100, don't give him food. And then that guy's like, that sucks because I don't eat today. You're in the NBA, man. I don't know.
I mean,
was Jordan that scary?
I think so. I think he was a complete alpha
and the
male.
fact
just
that he's like the star that's like, he could be like, oh, I'm leaving. Or like, say that Horace ate or whatever and made him mad. And he's like, oh, it's either me or Horace Grant. Like,
Tank, lean forward a little. Lean forward a little. Cover up that Bulls logo. Thank you.
It's fine. It's covered.
I can. Okay. I don't know. It's like Horace Grant's a bitch.
I mean,
like being straight. Like you can't not eat. You're
Do you
flying.
think that he splurged and he told Sam Smith? Do you think?
Well, now that I found out that Jordan was starving him, anything's believable. When you're being starved, anything can happen.
He says that he didn't, but I don't know.
I agree. I think it was Armstrong that in the documentary that said like it had to be multiple.
It can't just be Jordan. Yeah, it can't just be Grant.
Yeah. Because he knew everything. So I think who I think it was.
Who?
Kraus.
Yeah, screw that guy.
Because he was trying to get their value down. He's dead, Mitch. Be nice.
I don't give a damn.
I know. Neither is Jordan. Mitch is our Michael Jordan. That's what I'm finding out tonight.
Look, I'm just, as a sport fan, you always side for most of the time.
Did you hate Jordan when he played?
Me?
Yeah. Aren't you a Knicks fan?
I guess kind of, sort of. I mean,
I can see your passion.
As a Knicks fan in the 90s, it sucks.
He ruined it.
Him, but at the same time, it was like you're witnessing something real. I mean, Knicks had that. Knicks had that opportunity in '93. They kind of squandered it. They had it in '94. In the '94 squandered it. 99 versus San Antonio.
Well, 93 they're up against, but that's not the Jordan era. He was not. 99 he wasn't in the league.
No. I was saying that from a Knicks perspective.
Oh, okay, got it. But 93 they blew it against Jordan too. They were up 2-0 on him. It's
talked about
unreal. I don't know. The Knicks suck, Mitch. We talked about that last time. How just historically they just can't get out of their own way. It's terrible. It's the worst.
Wait. Say that last part again. It was kind of muffled.
Oh, the Knicks can't get out of their own way.
I mean, I can give you a list of reasons why they trip over their own feet, but that could be first. James Dolan,
it seems
Isaiah
like that's
Thomas.
like every New York team.
James
Giants and
James Dolan, Isaiah Thomas.
Because they're well run.
Melo. Mike. The coaching. It's just,
what's great? Like the difference with like the Giants. I mean, they've had turnover at the GM position, but like Brian Cashman, the GM of the Yankees, has been the general manager since 1998. He's got to be the longest tenured front office guy in the league. In any sport.
With no cap and like. They're like the most like.
But that helps. He's only won one championship in my opinion though in that time.
Wait, when did you say he started?
98. Because the teams he took over that won in 98, 99, 2000, he didn't build. Gene Michael built them.
Yeah, he's still a general. I mean, he still gets credit for it though.
But he didn't make any big trade. There's no big players he brought in. All the other players that were there were already there, except El Duque. but he wanted to be a Yankee.
I do see where James is coming at because, like, yeah, granted, yes, Cash was the GM, but it was just he just walked in and just was at the helm.
Torrey was the guy
that want to be a Yankee. Honestly, I think anyone would like to be a Yankee.
No, there's guys. Ken Griffey Jr. refused to be a Yankee. Cliff Lee refused to be a Yankee.
Really? That's stupid. Then
Cliff Lee, the Philly pitcher.
Yeah, he felt that his wife was being berated.
Yeah, he played against the Yankees one night, and fans were throwing stuff at his wife, and
that's terrible.
And he said, "I'll never play." And I think Barry Bonds said he would never play for the Yankees. If they offered him a contract in 2007, he would have, though. I'll hold him to that because of how they treated his father. There's a lot of people that hate the Yankees. That's a public thing to refuse to play for the Yankees. That happens once every couple of years. There's someone big now that's Kershaw.
I don't know why. If you want to win,
there's a lot of people that believe the Yankees don't treat their players right, and that goes way back to.
I don't know much about that, but
I really can't see Kershaw in a Yankee uniform.
Yeah, won't be.
I mean that's it's there's certain players that you want them to just stick with one team, and it's just Kershaw. It's just that we've seen him in just Dodger blue, so I would rather him.
Yeah, but you hear that about a lot of guys, and then they go. Ichiro was supposed to be a Mariner his whole career. Let's be honest.
That's true. Yeah.
Wait, what other team did he play for again?
The Yankees. He also the Marlins.
Yeah, I just remember from the Mariners.
Who's another guy that was on it? Oh, Bonds. He was a Pirate for a while. Griffey's another guy. Sorry, Mitch. Go ahead.
No. I was going to say Bonds started his career as a Pirate, but most people don't remember that, and they just remember him in San Fran,
where he's cursed. I firmly believe that's why he never won a championship with the Giants. They came close in 2002 against the Angels, but he's cursed. He was never supposed to win. Who's another? Ken Griffey Jr., another one who played for the Reds and the Mariners, wasn't on one team his whole career. Who's another guy that switched? Oh, Pedro. But he was an Expo. He was an Expo.
David Wright play for another team or just the Mets?
No,
just the Mets.
He's
known for the Red Sox.
Pedro started in Montreal, and then
he would have won a championship in '94 if the lockout didn't happen. Montreal was the best team in baseball in 1994, but then the lockout happened. They canceled everything, which is what they should do with sports now. I'm leaning towards that. Just cancel everything except baseball. I'm trying to think of other guys that went elsewhere in baseball,
that didn't go elsewhere.
Oh, that stayed on one team. That's very few. Underrated guy that's.
Clemente,
no, they all
Ted Williams.
Tank. Little history lesson. Back in the olden days in baseball, there's a thing called the reserve clause that said that a player could not leave the team he was originally signed to unless the owner agreed to it. And they would sign players every year to 1-year deals because even if they didn't sign the deal, they couldn't play for another team. There was no free agency.
Cal Ripken.
Ripken's the guy who played.
Todd Quinn.
Tony Gwynn.
Bob Gibbs.
Tony
Gwynn. What did I say?
Tom.
Oh, no, Tom. Yeah, I thought I said Tony. It's Tony.
Tony Gwynn. Paul Konerko, underrated player who played his whole career with the White Sox, I think. Jeter played his whole career.
Greg Brett.
Yeah.
George Brett.
George Brett. I apparently can't read today. Robin
Yount.
Oh boy, you're terrible. I don't think you should be allowed to read names anymore.
Sandy Koufax.
He sucked the first 3 years of his career, then became the greatest pitcher ever. Pretty funny story. Do you know what he told him? I forget who's name.
I said that. Cheater. Oh,
I said that. I still said Paul Konerko. A lot of old guys used to stay with their own team.
Yeah, I'm picking through the older people. Mariano Rivera.
Indeed. Well, Posada did too. Was a Yankee.
Barry Larkin.
Barry Larkin, great player. We're not just going to read off this list the whole night. It's not very good content. Little C's very bored tonight.
Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones.
He's got a big Chipper Jones, great player. He's a Met killer.
Yeah. I did not like him as a Met fan.
He was a Brave.
Met ever liked Chipper Jones.
I liked it. As a Yankee fan, I enjoyed Chipper Jones.
I hated him. He killed the Mets.
Well, I mean, that's okay. Like, a Met fan hating Chipper Jones is pretty much the equivalent of I'm trying to think of some like a Yankee fan hating I don't know, I would just say
Big Papi.
David Ortiz or Griff. I mean
Manny Ramirez, Josh Beckett.
Did Big Papi play on another team?
Yeah, Minnesota Twins. Funny story. Steinbrenner wanted him to be a Yankee, and he offered him a boatload of money, but he didn't want to play for the Yankees. Another guy that wanted to play for New York, and he came back to bite him. 2004. Big Papi's the reason they won those championships. He wasn't the best player on the team, but he was the clutchest player on the team.
Yeah.
He always came through. Yeah. What's it called? They've been re-airing 2004. That's my first playoff baseball memories. The Yankees blowing a 3-0 lead.
How old were you?
I was 5. I was 5, about to be 6. I was in first grade. Yeah, that's my introduction to sports. So the Yankees are, and everyone's like, "Oh, the Yankees always win." It's like, not in my lifetime. They usually blow it. Speaking of teams that are going to blow, we're going to talk about the official NFL schedule is supposed to come out 5 minutes ago. I don't care who they're playing. When I know Giants aren't playing
if I may do a little
breaking news.
Go for it, Mitch. The Giants aren't playing the Cowboys week 1, I heard.
That is true. I actually have the schedule in front of me.
Read it, Mitch. Now I care.
Okay. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to do this on StubHub, so bear with me.
Mitch.
That's how I found it.
I can just read. Okay, Mitch, I'm just going to read off the teams. Your StubHub's not good for me. The Giants this year are playing the Cardinals, the 49ers, the Browns, the Steelers, the Buccaneers, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Rams, the Seahawks, the Bears, and they will play division rivals twice.
Yeah.
As always, the Jets, similar schedule. They also play San Francisco, Cleveland, Arizona, but then they play Denver, Oakland, the division rivals twice, and then they also play the Rams and the Seahawks, and then they play Kansas City, LA Chargers, and the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I know Little C's not a big baseball or football fan, so I'm not going to ask him for his prediction. But if he wants to just throw him out there for throw him out's sake, he can at the end. Tank, what's your prediction for your New York Jets?
Like a number-wise?
Yes, like in a 16-game season. What's their record? Because I actually wrote it down and put the games I think they're going to win and lose. So.
Yeah, I didn't get to that.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just go. I don't think we win more than 5 games.
Oh wow.
The Jets actually have one of their toughest schedules because they had to fly out. They had to fly out to Kansas City. And they had to fly out to LA twice.
And how many wins? Well, I mean, maybe higher. We face the Patriots. Who we don't know how they're going to do.
No, they're not going to be good.
With no Brady. We face them twice.
But I still think they beat the Jets in Foxborough because they always do.
So
yeah.
Here, so who do you think they win? Who do you think they win against? You think they beat the Bills?
I think they beat the Browns. They beat the Cardinals. I think they beat Oakland. And I think they beat Buffalo once. They beat Miami both times. They're better than Miami. They beat New England once. That'll be when they play them at home. They beat the Seahawks, and they beat the Colts. I think they're better than the team. I have them at 8-8. I think they might squeak in the playoffs as a wild card. I think
See, the problem being a Jets fan is they always disappoint.
But the AFC East, I mean, New England's not going to be New England.
I don't know.
Buffalo's probably the best team.
Buffalo, I think, is the best team.
Miami stinks.
They do.
They don't have a quarterback.
I know, but I think Belichick's going to pull something out, and just this quarterback's going to do well, and he just beats the Jets.
I agree with you that Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick will make a system that's perfect for Stillman. I agree with that.
Too. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. I think I have a bad feeling that they lose against the Patriots twice.
But I mean, they're going to lose on Foxborough just because I wouldn't bet. I think Buffalo's the best team, I think they go like 10-6. They probably beat New England both times.
I think so.
They might go 6-0 against the division. I know that rarely happens because you
play Buffalo.
Yeah, it's possible.
Buffalo's the best team, I think, but I think the Jets could be a wild card, especially if they hit 8-8.
I don't know.
I just think they're better than some of the they're not better.
If I set my expectations here and they finish here, I'm happy.
But they're going to make the playoffs and not be good.
We have seen
but if we made it, then we made it.
Squeak into the playoffs by the skin of their teeth.
And the Jets are better than they were last. Well, they don't. Their wide receivers.
I've only seen the Jets make the playoffs twice in my
but they went to championship games both times.
I remember those.
You've seen 2 Super Bowls. I've seen them make it to the playoffs twice.
I don't have a championship shirt.
I have a championship hoodie. Does that count?
I do too. I have when they won in 2007, I bought all of the size to fit, and I bought all largest because I knew I'd need them down the road.
I didn't get that one. I got for Super Bowl 46.
I did the same for 46. So
because a friend of mine who lives down in Jersey, him and his friend drove from New York to Indianapolis, And I saw a photo. He was like, Indy bound. I'm like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. And then he's like, no, I'm at the game. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. So, and then he made. And
Mitch,
like,
what's your prediction for the Jets?
I want to say maybe. I'm probably gonna say 7. Realistically, 7-9. If they break even at 8-8, that's a.
Do they make the playoffs at 8-8?
As a wild card, yes.
They ain't beating the Bills. I think the Bills win the division. They're the best team in the division.
Well, I mean, like I said, Miami, I wouldn't expect much out of them because I think they're in rebuild mode. New England, you don't know how it's gonna bode because, but then again, it's Belichick, it's McDaniels. They know how to operate.
They have to dominate Foxborough. Mitch is like cutting out of mine.
Sorry.
They have to dominate Foxborough in order to have it. They have to dominate Foxborough and then play 500 on the road, which will give them. Well, no, never mind. That will give them like a 12-4 record. Well, dominate. We'll say 6. Say they go 10-6. That's what they need. I think the Bills will go 10-6. So I think they need 11-5.
The Bills will go 10-6. I think right now,
for sure,
with everything that's going on in New England, it's there. It's right now. It's theirs for taking. It's theirs to win.
The Bills historically choke in these type of situations. To the Giants, real quick. I have them going 7-9. I think they beat Arizona, lose to San Fran, beat Cleveland, lose to Pitt, lose to Tampa, lose to Baltimore. A lot of losses. Win against Cincinnati, lose to Los Angeles, lose to Seattle, win against the Bears, win-loss with Philly and Dallas, and then they beat Redskins twice because the Redskins are horrible. They're just like the Dolphins.
So who's winning the Super Bowl? If you had to predict.
49ers, they got better. They improved their offensive line. They should have a better pass game with Garoppolo.
Buccaneers.
I
hope it's the Buccaneers.
Let's see. Here's where I think.
Did we lose Mitch?
No, Mitch is here.
Oh, there he is.
No, I'm here. You guys were
an underrated move. Shh, Mitch. We have very little time. I'll just do this quick, then we'll wrap up. The 49ers made a big pickup getting Trent Williams. He's one of the best left tackles in football. Their problem was they didn't have great pass protection. They had good run block. I think Trent Williams shares up their pass game. It gives Garoppolo more time, makes him more of a weapon, which with an already good ground game. I don't know what you're laughing at, mister, but that can stop. What are you laughing at?
No,
Who's
my
in your room?
We've got a minute.
Oh, so now I'm aware. I see how much time we have, but we can't let this slide where he's on his phone the entire podcast.
I have not been on my phone.
He hasn't contributed at all to this. Do you think I would be on my phone this entire podcast?
Yes, you would have every resource in front of you.
No, here's what I do.
I have every resource.
I make this sheet. I ran this whole show off this sheet with my notes. Not on my phone once. And Little C's over there texting like, oh, we're going to go throw little ping pongs and beer bottles. It's going to be so much fun.
Oh, that's what you have later, you bum.
Yeah.
I like my
exactly.
He's got his little quarantine cup.
Yeah, it's going to be stupid. No one's going to watch it. I hope you lose.
I really thought
Don't kill yourself.
Last night.
All right, Mitch, we're running out of time here, so make sure you listen to us on Spotify and Anchor.fm at 3 Dudes 1 Zoom. Watch us always on our YouTube channel under 3 Dudes 1 Zoom. Make sure you check out Little C's awesome Twitter account, 3 Dudes 1 Zoom. Use the numbers on that one. He's doing good. Little C, good luck tonight. I am actually rooting for you. I just don't like the other guy.
May your liver be in your favor.
Don't listen to Mitch.
Thank you.
Little C, do your thing.
Of course.
No, I'm saying with the shirt. Tank.
Oh, Tank. Who likes presents? Mitch. Who likes presents?
That guy.
I'm
pointing down because Tyler's
Tank likes presents. We all get it.